It's quite the trip. I remember the night, my eyes following a satellite moving from right to left across the sky. The Milky Way was about to rise. It was a perfect starry night on the white rim sandstones. I saw a crescent moon appearing just on the mesa tabletop. I think we're somewhere in the middle of the vast desolation of Canyonlands National Park. Laying on our backs inside the sleeping bags, staring into the night sky, full of wonder, spotting meteorites and constellations. Our tents were empty. It was sleep out night. Earlier that day, the second day of our white rim biking tour, we had biked roughly through 27 miles on the white sandstones, through some of the hardest terrains we could have ever imagined. I remember the first 9 miles were relatively easy through an area called Candlesticks. And then came a massive incline called the Murphy's Hogback. Mike and Anne, our guides, had warned us about it. It'll be a little harder than hardscrabble, Mike had said, faintly underlying the degree of difficulty. With just enough to keep it within our grasp, just enough to keep us interested and encouraged. We had absolutely struggled through hardscrabble. It was tough. I gasped for breath and gave up after biking a few hundred feet of this colossal climb. I must have gone perhaps 20% of the distance. It was just too hard. I decided to live to fight another day. I pushed my bike up to the top and found a juniper tree and sat under it. It had berries. The berries, they looked like small blueberries and apparently used in making some kind of local gin. And then we ate lunch. We became the subject of curiosity of a small squirrel and a motorbiker from California. They both amused us no end. I remember the squirrel leaving us in about 5 minutes, but I think the biker lingered on a little bit more. He was eager to have met someone up there on the tabletop, and he was quite the social insect. Everyone got some much needed rest, and then Vishnu and I climbed up the lone rock at the top and treated ourselves to some zen-like moments. Mike joined us soon after and confirmed that spot, on the top of the rock was his favorite sleeping spot at Murphy's Hogback. I was so jealous. It was a special place. I could not be anywhere else in the world at that moment. The scale of the monuments all around, the raw and wild beauty of the rocks, yawns of history in every face and layer, the vast distances stretching out in all directions, all that filled me with wonder. The cool breeze, I remember, the cool breeze went through me, around me, all over me, and I felt insignificant, but complete, in a strange kind of way. It was content and peaceful. I remember telling myself, I just want to be an atom, a speck, a particle, free to fly deep into these canyons underneath, flow through these caverns, these monumental arches, or just sit here on this rock and soak in the goodness of the universe. I want to be one with the whole. The La Salle Mountains loomed in the distance. I wondered if there was someone standing on the summit there, looking in our direction and thinking the same thing. Quite possible, isn't it?